Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So, what I'm thinking from reading this article is that the usual leftist tricks are starting to wear thin. People are starting to see through them. And it's not just us conservatives, it's average, everyday people. They're starting to see through this. I just watched a YouTube video where Joy Behar is called out by Sarah Silverman. You know, I've watched several videos with Bill Mahar and calling out our leftists on their bullshit. And now you have actors calling out Alec Baldwin. So their usual, ploy of, no, that didn't happen, or just ignoring it isn't working on the American citizenry anymore. So let's read this, and here we go. GOP businesses slam AOC for doubting the existence of smash and grab robberies. Quote, tone deaf and offensive. Now, this is by Emma Colton for Fox News. And let's see what's contained in this article. New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was slammed by Republicans and business leaders following an interview where she cast doubt on whether rampant smash and grabs are actually occurring. See, this is one of the things they do. No, crime's not occurring. What are you talking about? No, that's not happening. It's one of the games they play, but it looks like the game is up. A lot of these allegations of organized retail theft are not actually panning out, Ocasio-Cortez said in an interview with the Washington Times last week. I believe it's a Walgreens in California cited it, but the data didn't back it up, she added. The comments sparked pushback from retail leaders and Republican lawmakers, including Walgreens. Organized retail crime is one of the top challenges facing the company, Walgreens told the Washington Times, adding that the crime has evolved beyond shoplifting and petty theft to the sale of stolen and counterfeit goods online. Quote, I don't know what data she's talking about, and quote, said Representative Rodney Davis, an Illinois Republican. But you don't really need much data from someplace in San Francisco or California. All you need to do is walk down the street to the CVS and Eastern Market, he said, referring to an area of Washington, D.C. near the Capitol. I've seen on multiple occasions when I've been in there buying things, someone will come in and raise a shelf and walk out. And see, this underlies the major problem with the left, with the leftist leaders at least, is they're in such high positions, and this often happens in socialist dictatorships, that they do not understand what's actually going on the street. Now, the difference between Venezuela, Germany, Australia, and my beloved United States is that we're legally armed. So it's a whole different type of mentality. We have a democracy. We don't have a dictatorship, but they operate like they're under a dictatorship or like they're running a dictatorship, and they don't. Let's continue on. Indiana Republican Representative JimBanks said Ocasio-Cortez's comments were tone deaf and offensive to the family of Oakland security guard Kevin Nishida. The former San Jose police officer was shot and killed in November while defending a news crew reporting on a smash and grab crime. I actually did a show on that. It's really ridiculous. The Retail Industry Leaders Association also took issue with her remarks in a comment to the Washington Times. Quote, respectfully, the Congresswoman has no idea what she is talking about. Both the data and stack of video evidence makes fairly clear that this is a growing problem in need of solutions, end quotes. Now, that was from Jason Brewer, RILA, Senior Executive Vice President of Communications, said in an email. They don't care about you. They do not care. I've been saying it. keep Senate. They could give two shits. They don't care. Let's continue this quote from Mr. Brewer. Quote, if she is not concerned with organized theft and increasingly violent attacks on retail employees, she should just say that, end quote. He's completely right. They don't care. See, now other people are seeing it. It's not just me and you and all of our conservative friends. The rest of the country is seeing it. That's important. California has faced repeated smash and grab incidents since November, with most of the crimes concentrated in and around San Francisco and Los Angeles. Yeah, because they're lefty, they're lefty centers of power. George Soros and these lefties have for years positioned themselves to make this a leftist utopia. Only the utopia is filled with crime and violence. It's only a utopia for criminals. Watch, every person they come out to defend is a criminal. They won't defend innocent people. They won't defend everyday people. It's only criminals. Something wrong with that thinking. The crimes have sparked Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom to call on local mayors to step up and hold the perpetrators to account, and saying they should be prosecuted. The governor also increased California Highway Patrol's presence along highways near shopping destinations. Now notice, I said this in a video, he only started doing this when it started affecting the high-end retail shops. Yeah. When it was just mom and pop stores, he didn't give a damn. Still really honestly doesn't give a damn. He just wants to save his job, make a few bucks. In one town, Walnut Creek, smash and grab looters stole about $125,000 in merchandise from a Nordstrom, sparking the city council to approve $2 million in funds to beef up its police department and security. You mean the police department that you just have went on a 5-6 year rant about abolishing. Now you want them back. Who do you people don't just walk into the role of being a cop. It takes years. It's not going to happen overnight. This is absolutely ridiculous. Police union leadership in the state has also slammed the repeated crimes, blaming California's Proposition 47 and the ACLU for supporting the ballot measure. Under Proposition 47, passed in 2014, shoplifting charges regarding the theft of $950 or less were lowered from felonies and misdemeanors. Quote, when society removes accountability for bad behavior, criminals get emboldened to commit more crimes. Drug addicts thumb their noses at mandatory treatment, and vandalism and petty theft turn into riotous looting and murder. End quote, the president of the Los Angeles Police Protective League, Craig Laley, told Fox News last week. Quote, one does not need to be clairvoyant to have predicted that in California, the ACLU's Proposition 47 would turn, family trip to the mall or a Home Depot into a dangerous gamble for our residents, end quote. Of course, Ocasio-Cortez's office did not immediately respond to Fox News' request for comment on the matter Sunday morning. So, as you see, and they're talking about retail theft. You know why? Because they're losing money in their pockets. Do they care about the average citizen? No. Do they care if you make it home safely at night? No. Do they care if your neighborhood is free from crime? No. They don't care about any of it. This article is the prime example of that. These leftists, man, all they care about is their ideology and making money. That's it. So why should we keep voting these horrible people into office? The answer is we shouldn't. But I hope that helps you understand a little bit of what leftists think. Thank you for watching this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, do what you got to do.